This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and is it time to panic in Toronto? Because after another loss Saturday night, the Buds have now lost 5 straight. This is their longest run without a win since the 2020-2021 season, all the way back when they were playing in the All-Canadian division. And for what it's worth, Toronto was able to overcome their 5-game skid that year and win the division. But if they want to do it again this year, they're going to have some serious problems to overcome. One of the biggest of these has been their goaltending, which has really regressed from a season ago. But for as bad as it's been, not having Joseph Ball for all of one game can at least explain what's going on. But the real concern has to be the defense, specifically in terms of shots allowed, which has been a huge problem throughout this losing streak, as their opponents have been getting off more than 37 shots a game over their last 5. It's especially tough because the Leafs have actually had a pretty good offense so far, with the 3rd highest shooting percentage in the NHL. But with how much they've been in their own end, the offense has not been able to lead them to many wins. Sure, there's a lot of season left, and maybe some of these issues will sort themselves out. But fixing your defense is a lot easier said than done. And if Toronto cannot start finding wins soon, they might need to have some difficult conversations about how to move forward, and I'm going to have some difficult conversations about how to get rid of the tickets that I already purchased. But we're not quite there yet, and a win tonight would help quiet that noise. A loss would absolutely ratchet it up though. And with the Blues in town, it's tonight, finally the night, they are back in the win column. St. Louis is one of the few teams to actually have a worse start to the year than Toronto, and have only won 3 of their last 14. And while there are no easy wins in the NHL, this is the matchup that this team needs right now. For those of you in the Leafs region, you can watch tonight's game on TSN at 6:30 Eastern, and maybe, just maybe, they can finally win one. Although I have to say, Toronto fans, when you start doing the wave during the game, your team's going to lose. I've told you this thousands of times now. When are you going to get it? Time now for my favorite segment and yours, that we love sports today.
Why we love sports today.
And for those of you still saying it's not cool to scooter, I guess we gotta watch this. Notice I was pointing to myself. I am one of those people. Okay, maybe it's just scooter kids that are dumb. To soccer now, and we're seeing plenty of countries punch their ticket to the World Cup, and other countries struggling to get in. Italy's gonna do this to me again, aren't they? Aren't they? It makes the qualifying period a little less stressful with Canada not actually having to go through the process at all. So now joined by fellow Cugine, who somehow doesn't stress about Italy wins and losses because he has a Man United tattoo. Matthew Shinetti, thanks for joining us.
You know, Marissa, the only people who tell you how great Italy still is are Italians. And for that, all I have is...
Well, Shooter, the only people who tell you how great United is are United fans, so...
Well, it appears we have the same problem then, doesn't it?
You know what, Shooter? You should balance that out with an Italy flag. Like, what are we doing? Okay, Shooter, Canada had a 0-0 draw with Ecuador last week. Do you see major changes to the lineup tonight? So Jesse Marsh can get a look at some different players.
I think on the wings, in defense, and in midfield, we know what Canada's talent base is. So let's put that aside. Goalkeeping situation, Marsh is probably going to leave that to the last minute. Let's put that aside. Eustachio and Kone in the center of midfield appears to be the structure and the creativity Marsh likes. Let's put that aside. In defense, do we see Alfie Jones tonight? Is he alongside Derek Cornelius? If he plays well, does that elevate him in the conversation about who is going to start alongside, hopefully, a healthy Moise Babito as we get closer to the World Cup? Up top is the issue. If you haven't clipped me saying it before, you can clip it now. Canada not scoring goals is a huge problem. They haven't scored in 3 games. Taniel Owashie started the game against Ecuador, had some opportunities. If he starts again, doesn't score, Marsh might be looking for other options. Theo Bair, Promise David, Daniel Jebison, or maybe a formation change. I mean, there's going to be, 4 more friendlies before Canada's World Cup journey begins. And if they still can't score goals, and again, it's going to be a long time between this window and the next window in March, so a lot of things could change. But they got to score goals, Marissa. There's no doubt about it, full stop.
Shooter, a pleasure as always.
Appreciate you, Marissa.
You can watch Venezuela and Canada tonight on TSN at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. It's Tuesdays, you know what that means. Time for some anytime goal score action on FanDuel. And today we're going with a little something called the emotional hedge. As you told you earlier in the show, the Leafs kind of stink right now, and they cannot keep pucks outside their own net. They're second last in the NHL in goals allowed per game, allowing 3.79 a contest. Fun fact, tonight's opponent, the Blues, are the only team that's worse. But we're not doubling down, no. We're emotionally hedging. So we're hammering Pavel Buchnevich to score tonight against the Leafs at plus 270. Oh, this guy loves playing the Leafs. In 18 career games, he's got 8 goals and 9 assists, good for 0.94 points per game. His third highest number versus an opponent. And he has not scored in his last 11 games. So this guy's due. And we think he gets right against a team, as we said, that stinks defensively. And that, my friends, is how you emotionally hedge. You're welcome. Those of you in the Leafs region can watch the Blues and Leafs tonight on TSN. That's it for me today. I'll serve it tomorrow at 3 Eastern. No Pacific. Have a good one.